Hey, I'm Cortavius, and we are doing Endgame Hard Doom Tower Griffin Top Floor 90 in this rotation. Speed teams. This is not the easy, accessible, progressing champ video. I have another one that I just recorded on the channel that's about the boss guide and easy, accessible, all epics, rare team, solo teams. Go check that one out if you want to eat the accessible teams. This one's endgame speed. I'm going to show you 5 different teams on this one that I think are fast. I'm not going to teach the boss mechanics in the guide on this one. I did that in the other video because in this one, we don't care what the boss does. We're just gonna kill it before we even know what it does. Just speed, overpower, crush. So this is the team that I had been using, which is just bringing in the max HP champs, 2 Newts and a Marius, and then it has Cardial in there as a champ just to bring some ally attacks and heals. And then Frolny was in there. Frolny is just any DPS that's faster than your 3 max HP champs. So whoever you have. I mean, if you have a Georgit or people AoE nukes, that's the best because Frolny only has 1 AoE. So that second wave, you still got to walk up an A1. So if you have an AoE champ faster than your max HPs, you would speed this run up even more. So that's the 45-second team. This team hasn't done it as fast as 39 before. And let me show you the team settings on this one, then I'll go to the next team, which is even faster. So Cardial, I didn't do anything with. Newt is, well, that might be part of the problem why they're slower. I didn't set up the settings for these guys. I just put the team together. So what I should have done is turned off the Blessed Bash on these two and just had them use it on the A3. So they might have used their Blessed Bash, and that's maybe why that run was slower than usual. So Marius, I would have turned off his skills and just had him use the, I would have turned off the A2 and A3 on the first 2 rounds and only had him use it on round 3. And Frolny, well, he's actually set up right. Don't metamorph at all because he can just stay in his A1 form. So I forgot to set up team settings on these guys. They were just full auto basically. So that run was slower than it should have been. So I might come back to that one and show you at the end just to see how fast they were, but I only have so many silver keys left, so I want to show you the other team. So let me show you, that's that team. Let me show you the next team. Before I show you the next team though, click the link in the description below and go get Karato, legendary nuker, along with Tagoar, who's an excellent epic when you hit level 15 if you just follow 4 steps. Step 1, log a player and play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description, register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid, complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to your inbox. Karato's sitting there waiting for you. All right, this one is Marius, 2 Newts. I brought Riho in as a debuffer. That can be Lydia, that can be Draco Morph, that could be Rella. Anybody who does decreased defense and weekend if you want it fastest. You can just bring a decreased defense champ. This team will still survive, but it's just a little slower. And Frolny one again, any DPS faster than the other champs is what I'm bringing him in for. He's not ideal because he doesn't have 2 AoE. So let's see how these guys can do. You'll see Riho just takes an A1. Frolny goes in, boom, uses his AoE. Riho, then he picks up speed from that. Has to do his A1. Newt actually uses an A2. Now we got Frolny coming back. Would have been nice if they had killed that guy there. So a little slower than last time I ran this. All right, she gets all her debuffs out there. Now we got the Blessed Bash. We should get the max HP hit. Another Blessed Bash, and Soul Reap. So 32 seconds. I actually changed the team settings on that one. I do wonder if I take that off of Marius, I might actually get a better attack out of there. So I don't have any more silver keys, but what I would have done probably on that second wave, I turned off Marius's A3. I would leave the A3 on, he'll buff himself, and that A1 would have cleared those champs. And he could do this, and that's how I got the 24 seconds. So I think if I had changed the team settings on Marius, I would have got that one down to 24 seconds. So I'll show you that here. So Marius, I had turned off that. I would just leave that on. He'll buff himself then, clear that second wave in 1 hit, and then you'll get to the boss faster, and he doesn't need it for that boss on the A3. He would be okay. So the other Newts were the same. Riho was set to open up, and she was just turning off her abilities on waves 1 and 2, and Frolny was just, hey, don't metamorph, but go kill if you can. So 24 seconds, if I had done the settings that way, and as I said, if you have a DPS that's faster than your champs on 2 AoEs, that'll be faster than 24 seconds. That might even be 19 or so, maybe 20. So that's that team. Let me bring in the next one. All right, I'm on the next team. I dropped one of the Marius Newts in case you didn't have 3 of these guys. So it's Marius and it's Newt. By the way, if you have a Krizia, Marius, Newt, any of those 3 champs combinations would make any of these teams work. You could just sub those in. So they all do the same thing. And then Renegade in there for a reset with Lydia I'll save her abilities to the boss, and then Vrolny, once again, just a DPS faster than everybody else. So Lydia slows things down because she does her A1, and then the other two Lydias respawn. So it's a slower first wave with her, and it would be faster if he cleared that. All right, then we get to the boss, 21 seconds. This team will be slower because obviously we took out a max HP champ and brought in a rare renegade, so can't possibly be as fast. All right, there's our bash. She'll reset with renegade. Now we're right back in with the skills all over again. So boom. So there you go. That's 37 seconds. You throwing a rare on the team, so still what I'd call a speed run. Still takes 2 max HP champs to do that with that run. So let me go one step further. I'm going to bring the next team in, and I'll drop one of the Marius Newts, and let's just try it with 1 max HP champ and see how we do. All right, if you only have one of the Marius Newts in Acrisias, then I'm bringing one of them in. So Marius Newt Acrisia, whoever that is the 1 max HP champ, and Ninja is in there as just another DPS who can do the max HP. I know a lot of people have Ninja, so just trying Ninja instead of one of those max HPs. I expect this run to be slower, and he's going to freeze the waves because I left that on. So, and then the other 3 champs, the same one you saw in the last round. So Lydia opens up with the A1. The other 2 Lydias get mad at her, shoot her back. All right, Frolny clears the wave. Lydia goes again. Frolny kills one guy because he doesn't have a double AoE. Newt takes a turn. Boom, Ninja takes out that champ. We're at the boss. So Lydia drops decreased defense and weaken. Frolny takes a little smack. And then you got Marius, Ninja. Now she'll reset. So I'll go right back in with Lydia. I'll take right back in with Marius, and Ninja should finish off the boss. 37 seconds. So actually, take out a Newt, throw in a Ninja, and it was the same time. So kind of surprised by that, actually. I thought it'd be a little slower because Ninja doesn't hit as hard. But I guess she gave Marius 2 big hits. So you're still getting repeat. So you really don't need both 2 Mariuses and a Newt or a Acrisia. You don't need them both to go twice. You really just need 1 to go again. So the other 2 DPSs are really just fitting it in there. So really in that respect, it looked like Ninja and Frolny could just be 2 hard hitters. All right, I have 2 keys left. So let me bring in the next team, and I'll just try a different DPS on this one. All right, this is the last team I think I'm bringing in. So 1 Newt instead of Marius. So I'm just trying one of the max HP champs. So I'm trying to lower the number of max HP champs in each of these. And this one, last one I do use Marius. So this one I'll try Newt. I'm bringing in both Romantu and Lydia because I'm going to have them put their debuffs on different waves. And hopefully one of them's backed by the boss. And I'm bringing TX as my DPS. He's slower than my Newt. So this isn't the ideal setup. You should bring a faster DPS in. The only one I have that's faster than Newt is Frolny, and you've seen him already a few times. So I'm bringing TX in. By having Romantu on the team, at least I have 1 ally, so he gets a little bit more benefits. And then Renegade to reset. So I've never used this team, so let's see how they do. So she should open up with her debuffs, which should trigger TX. Boom, dead, that worked. So this time she should A1. Romantu should use his debuffs. So TX goes, boom, they're down. So that actually worked pretty well, even though he's slower. So he doesn't have abilities yet. So he puts up the debuffs. TX goes, give me Newt. Blessed Bash. Renegade, reset, please. After the boss. Now, Lydia's got hers back. Romantu goes again. TX, ooh, he's still doing some damage. And boom, down goes the boss. 37 seconds. So tried a different max HP champ, couple different debuffsters on the same team, and TX. So I do love TX, I'm telling you. I passed up the 6-star awakening on him because I'm holding out for Marius, but man, he does make me question that I should have just got the 6th star on TX because man, that guy is awesome. So just a different DPS. Obviously, that could have been any other wave clear and max HP champ, or sorry, any other wave clear or DPS champ that you have. I have TX and Frolny and a couple good builds, so I use them, and some of my other nukers are just too slow. So let me show you the team setup on that one, because that one was particular to having those champs. So Newt is, hey, don't use anything on the first wave, don't use Blessed Bash on the second, but he did put some debuffs up for TX there. And then Blessed Bash, you know, on the last wave. Romantu is slower than Lydia, so he did nothing on the first wave. Second wave, open up with his AoE and don't use his debuffs that I need for the boss. And then on the third wave, he's got that available. Lydia opens up with her Siren's Wail and then her debuffs and then doesn't use anything else. Wave 2, I don't want her to use it because Romantu and Newt will use theirs. And then on wave 3, she's ready to go. Renegade does nothing in the first 2 waves. And then on wave 3, she's able to use her skill reset. TX, I had no presets. He was just go kill TX. Just do your thing. So that's the presets on those guys. So I think those are the teams I would show. I mean, I think that's a pretty good selection of speed-based teams. They were all 24 to 37 seconds, which is pretty fast. And if you have a Kaimar instead of a Renegade, they're even faster. If you have an AoE champ that has 2 AoEs that's faster than your nukers, those you would be faster than these teams. TX was pretty good. So I do wonder if I put, I got one more key. Let's try a team with TX and the max HP champs, see if I can be fast. All right, we got one last key. I couldn't bring in the 3rd max HP champ because I think if I take out Lydia and Ramantu, TX isn't going to clear the waves as fast. So I'm going to try 2 debuffers to get TX through the waves faster because I think that'll still speed it up. So I don't know if that's the right answer. I guess we'll see how fast TX clears the waves. So debuffs up, TX goes, boom, they're dead. That's fast. Now she goes, which is a waste. Ramantu gets some debuffs up there. See, TX doesn't have his ability. So then he's back. All right, so that's still 15 seconds. We're not going to beat the other time then. So Ramantu gets debuffs up, TX goes. Now we should get the 2 max HP champs. See, we don't have the reset from Renegade in here, so strangely enough, we might actually be slower with using max HP instead of the rare. So yeah, I mean, basically you're learning using a rare Renegade's actually faster than bringing in a max HP champ, 40 seconds. So there you go. Stick with the Renegade. It actually is faster. So fastest team overall though was the Marius, Tunut, Riho, and Frolny. That was a 24-second team. So they're the winners for champs that I have anyway. I'm sure there's other ones out there. As I said, Kaimar would make it faster, or 2 AoE champs. So I think that team could do 19 seconds if you had those guys easy. So all right, let me show you the builds on these champ that I use. So TX is in a 1-piece Stone Skin, 6-piece Merciless, 1-piece Slayer. He has 7,000 attack, 341 crit damage, 228 speed, no relics. He has Heaven Cast, 5-star. Those are his masteries down to Helm Smasher. I had Newt in there down to Giant Slayer, missing masteries. He has Soul Reap, 5-star, no relic, mixed sets, 251 speed, 4,000 defense, 310 crit damage, 505 accuracy. I have Newt. He is in lethal, 63,000 HP, 5,400 defense, 254 speed, 360 crit damage, 289 accuracy. Ramantu is in perception, 297 speed, 571 accuracy. He has temporal chains, 4-star, and eagle eye. Did I do his? He's coming down to Helm Smasher as well for Marius, and he has cruelty, 4-star, and no relic. Lydia, no relic. She's coming down to War Master, Brimstone, and mixed sets with 72,000 HP, 313 speed, and 438, 488 resistance accuracy. Renegade is in a shield set for the Seer team, 191 speed, 34, that's all that really matters. She's 191 speed and 66,000 HP. She did take 1 hit, I believe. Frolny's in lethal. He's 263. That's why his speed was faster than the others. 110,000 HP, 324 crit damage. Ninja is in 6-piece Merciless, 1-piece Protection, and he has 246 speed, 7,800 attack, 298 crit damage, 310 accuracy. He's more in a Hydra build to go with Mikage. He's got the Cat's Gaze on. He has Nature's Wrath, 6-star, and he has Helm Smasher on there as well for his tier 6 mastery. I did have a second Newt in there who was in crit damage, tier 6, Brimstone, 3-star, no relic, and I showed his stats, didn't I? 258 speed, 3,876 defense, 289 crit damage, 436 accuracy. Riho, Bone Spur, Bone Spear, is in 280 speed, 325 crit damage. She's actually my crit damage tank for Shogun's Grove, and 509 accuracy. You don't need the crit damage on her for this comp. And she has no relic, she has Brimstone 2-star, and she has Eagle Eye Mastery. So Cardiel did show up in this video. He's in a resistance build, our mastery, and 6-piece protection, no relic. I didn't show his stat. He's got 66,000 HP, 247 speed, 271 Crit damage, he's got 77% crit rate because he buffs himself with crit rate, and he's got 204 accuracy, which isn't enough for this fight, and Brimstone, so no relics. So those were the champs. So hope this was good for the end game build. This was basically a speed team showcase of just 5 different speed teams to help you. As I said, if you wanted to see the mechanics of the boss, since these guys didn't really care what they were, and you want to see some teams that are accessible, go check my other video out on the channel that's about beginner guide. So hey, appreciate it. If this was helpful and interesting to you, please like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic day out there. Thank you.